What's up, guys? We're here Sunday night after the Oceanic Championships. Unfortunately, we didn't make it a top cut, but what we did do is beat YC's champion Poe Jiang, sorry for pronouncing it wrong, on stream, on the feature. So you know that's kind of a rap for me because I'm just a dude who plays some chill Yugioh. But anyway, I've got a deck profile here for you guys, and we'll just get straight into it. Shout out to my boy Steven Yellow Heart for giving me this creamy field center. Go to the side, I'll flip it over, pretend you can see that. Alright, so, I didn't order my deck, bro, I sent out away. We'll just cut it right there. Alright, pretend we did that right. Anyway, so here's the deck profile. We play Beaver Spright. Start simple, 3 nimble Beaver. Obviously one of the 3 options, we got Live Twins, Diva or Beaver. Beaver just being nice as supporter and can summon from deck or graveyard. Pretty nice. Next, the standard package, pretty much 3 blue, 3 jet, and then 1 pixie, 1 carrot, 1 red. Red's always nice if you're able to, if they let starter resolve and you have a blue in hand or something like that. Summoning red is pretty nice off of the starter. Then when you summon your blue, you're protected to get through the beginning of your plays. And hopefully that means you'll be able to set up protection for your gigantic Spright going first. Carrot's always good playing around Impim if you ever think to do that. I don't because I'm a scrub, but anyway. Pixies is here. Pixies outs big fat monsters like towers and stuff that you just can't out with normal means like popping and whatnot, which is sadly a requirement, but it's also just a generic extender at the end of the day, so why not play one? Next we got the Frog engine, so we've got 3 swaps, 1 Ronin, 1 Duke Frog. Duke Frog, I mean I didn't want to play it because of Super Poly's existence, but if there's a tier match, I would just get sided out anyway, and being able to protect your stuff from being beaten over is kind of nice sometimes, so then you don't have to waste your blue searching a pixies. You can just reserve your elf hopefully to search starter for the following turn. And obviously we've got the 3 starters, 1 smashes. I was trying 2 smashes just because I hate Mystic Mine that much, but I just figured 1 was probably fine in the main deck if I search smashes and try and hold it for that Mystic Mine, if it's going to drop it against me. Obviously Mystic Mine, good card. We saw it clapping cheeks at EU Nationals, so why not play it? I mean, why not, play around it? Then we've got Consistency card, Pot of Prosperity. Usually banish 3 going first and go from there. I barely banished 6 the whole tournament, but it is what it is. Next we've got our power spells, I guess you say. So we've got 3 tactics. Basically I view it as a change of heart, another econ, but you have to play into a monster effect essentially to make it live, which kind of sucks, but I kind of figured that there'll be 50-50 people on breakers and hand traps, so Tactics will always be a good card. The name of the game is Monster Effect, so you can go second, you're probably going to be able to use it. Next we've got Pull By, just breaking spell card. Kind of sad in the mirror because I don't want to be negating my own cards as well, but Stopping Hand Trap is pretty good, and all the Tear elements there, Activating Grave, Snow, etc. Next we've got more Ball Breakers. We've got 3 Dark Ruler, just negate everything, especially this is for like the Flunder matchup when you get Barrier, Statue and Impend. You need it so you can play, and next we've got the best card in the game, Smile, Mystic Mine, so 3 Mystic Mine in the Terraforming. So basically just 4 Mystic Mines in the main, which is kind of nice, and good for something on the side you'll see later. And then the last 5 cards, we got free enemy controller. We all saw Josh Schmidt playing this card, so I'm a copycat. Then 1 mind control, 1 change of heart. Broken, you know, it does target, but you can attack with that monster, which makes it nice. And mind control, yeah, taking that monster is just too good. So these are really good in the mirror. Obviously, you saw on stream, Econ won me the game, and change of heart helped me do it. So yeah, that's the main deck, 40 cards, clean 40. Next we have the extra deck. So we've got the Zeus package, Downed, Skycav, Zeus, nothing special here. Sometimes I'll banish Skycav off of Prosperity if I ever went for 6, but try and keep the other 2 if I can. You can always make a big gigantic Spright and then overlay on top of that. It's just a flexible engine that wipes the board, sometimes you need it. Then we've got 2 gigantic Sprights, that's pretty standard, and 3 Alf for the mirror, which I was expecting a lot of Spright, which was half of my matchups, so it was pretty good. Yeah, I mean, Alpha's kind of broken, you know, if Terra Element's playing it, it's nice, free Monster Reborn for level 2. The only restriction is that you can't use it as new material, and what a shame. Next we've got a Beat Cop, Mystic Mine, but I never use it, I just always banished it. Then we've got only Maru, banishes cards, helps you kill people, so pretty helpful. Also, since it detaches for effect, you can get, you know, an extra your Ronatone in the grave for an extra reborn, more material later. Then the one totally awesome. This card is nice. Negates sets. Yeah, an interesting interaction that maybe might come up. I'll mention it when I go through my side. Next we got the Dark Charmer, just great for the mirror, good for the you know, any tier matchup, since most of all their stuff is dark. I mean, assuming you can get that far going second. But yeah, pretty good. IP, quick link. Usually we're going for the next 2 targets, which will be Crusadia Abramax and Underworld Goddess. So Underworld Goddess, out of towers, it's, you know, it's got a Dark Rule effect on summon, negates the effect when your opponent tries to reborn their stuff from grave. Only targeting, so smashes doesn't work on it. Have to be like in the tier matchup. Yeah, they got the field spell that can out it, but usually in the tier matchup, you just make Abramax and sit on it. This card's broken against tier because it's just really hard to out. I think the only out there is 0 Boros, probably triggering 0 Boros. I don't know, maybe there's some other out that's already in the current list, but it came out when I just sat on a Abramax and my opponent couldn't out it because he wasn't playing 0 Boros, so I was able to win that one, thankfully. And we'll go through the side deck. So side deck, we got 1 Red Resonator. Man, this photo quality is insane. Anyway, Red Resonator, you know, is just for time, necessary evil. I'll just put that onto the deck here. 1 Harpies, Feather Duster, back row, and 3 Lightning Storm, more back row, and 3 Evenly, more back row / Flunder. So this to help with those matchups. Then we've got 1 Metaverse, 3 Devisor of the Land, and 3 Necro Valley. So Necro Valley for me was like a high performing card against Tear. I just, every time I activated it against Tear Element, I just FTK'd them basically. And Demise of the Land, you know, you can get your Mystic Mine out or Necro Valley depending on the matchup and depending on whether you want to go for a second. Demise always works because, you know, both players seem to be summoning on both turns, so it's a card you'll always have access. If you draw it, you'll always have access to your field spells. But yeah, that's the deck list, and yeah, it was pretty nice, not gonna lie, it was pretty nice. Won me the feature, I won round 1 against, what was it? Round 1 I played against Tier, Spright, Danger. Unfortunately, I think he got tilted by Mystic Mine, and then I was just able to. Yeah, he got tilted by Mystic Mine, and then game 3 he bricked like a champion. Misplayed by declaring Heaviness's fusion effect when the only thing he was on was a Mud Dragon, so he died. Then round 2 was a feature. Round 3 I played against Flunder. I lost the roll. He went first and ended on 4 back row Barrisachi Impen. I was like, nice. Managed to clear most of the stuff, but it was too late. Too much advantage was gathered with that, and lost game 1. Game 2 I decided to make him go first, hiding in evenly his lane storms, all that good stuff, which I had. And then I evenly his life savings, looked at his hand with the tactics, take out the normal summon, and then the evenly left 1 set back row, which was a rivalry. I was like, nice. So I lost that one. Then round 4 I played against another Tier player, activated Necro Valley, I won. Round 5 I played against Spright Adventure. He misunderstood how a card would resolve, and that lost him the game. The interaction was that I activated Spright after targeting Toad while he controlled an adventure token, but when the chain resolved, the token was removed from an enemy controller or something along those lines. Maybe a droplet. No, not a droplet, but I think it was an enemy controller. But it banished. So my smashes resolved banishing the target of enemy controller, and then banishing the Faithful Adventure, and Toad would reborn, but he thought that because he controlled no monsters when it was resolving, it wouldn't get special summoned. So yeah, that misunderstanding kind of cost him the game, because then he used his hand wrong. So yeah, that was, and then the round after that, let's see, that was my one. I was X1 at that point after Flunder, and then I lost. Then the next round was against Yahweh Sorcerer, and he top deck Gamma against me like a champion, and so I lost when I tried to summon Dude Frog. It was a simplified board, so it was like I only had 1 negate with Toad not able to reborn anything. But yeah, it is what it is. Anyway, so that was my second loss. Then I played against another Punk Tier Element. Brick, like I finally won a dice roll, because I won the one on strength, then I won this dice roll. My 2 dice rolls of winning. And then what happened? That's right, yeah, I won the dice roll, I would go first, and I opened triple Beaver, Tactics, and a Dark Ruler, so I passed. Then he played Tier Element Danger cards and whiffed on everything, so I didn't die, and then I top decked a Ronin Totem, skipped it up, so I didn't know what I was playing. And then what was the next round? Round 2, game 2 of that, he got Necro Valleyed, and then Mystic Mind, so then he ended up scooping. And then in the last game, I got Tikabooed, poked him for like 100, made an Avramax, and then he couldn't out it, and he couldn't do any damage, so I won with 100 life points damage in time. And then round 5, I played against another Tier player, and he won the roll, and main deck Eradicated Virus, so ripped my spells out, and then I tried to play, but that was kind of fruitless. And then game 2, I made him go first, and I didn't draw very well, so I lost. But yeah, anyway, it was a good run. I ended up falling out of top card after round 7, so never mind. It was good learning experience. I'm improving as a player, which is good when I've got limited time to do stuff, but you know what? That's what makes the game fun. So anyway, I'll just flip this back around. Yeah. Anyway, Thanks for listening. Thanks for checking out the deck profile and the me bumbling through it because I'm tired. It was late and I haven't recorded in a long time. Anyway, have a good night. Check out, look, we've got new cheese hats. If anyone's interested, PM me. It will cost you money. And yeah, peace. 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 Peace.